Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting a little comparison video on grow lights. So I have two Soltech solution lights. I have the larger one and the smaller one, like the hanging ones. I'll put the name of it on the screen, I can't remember. But I wanted to get one for my bathroom as well. But if you know anything about the Soltech solution lights, they are pretty pricey, and I got those on Prime Day, so they were on sale, and they're not on sale now. So I decided, based on the referral of a friend of mine who has one, to try the dupe for the Soltech solution light. So I was scrolling on Amazon and I found a dupe of one and I sent it to her, and she ended up buying it, and she's had great things to say. So I decided for my bathroom to buy the dupe for the Soltech solutions lights to hang in there. And it just came in the mail today, so I'm going to unbox it. And obviously I've been using these lights for a little while now, probably since June. I think that's when Prime Day was, July. I'll put the date on the screen. So I've been using them for a while, and I do love them. They are very sleek looking. They look really nice in my space. They were easy to install, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into all of that. But I obviously didn't know I was going to be buying a dupe light later on. So I don't have like first impressions on these lights, but I will add B-roll in to show you the comparison of these lights to the dupe light that I got. I did also take photos of the packaging of the Soltech solution light, so I do have things that I can insert here and there to give you guys a fair assessment, but I am going to be using the other light a fair amount of time as well to see how I enjoy it, and then I'll compare the growth that I have now to the growth that I will have by the end of this video. So I'll show you guys the setup of my Soltech solution lights. I have two, like I said. The bigger one is in my bedroom and the smaller one is out here. And then I have the dupe light that is going to go into my bathroom, which has absolutely no windows. These other two rooms do have windows, but the spots that I put the lights in are darker areas of my home. So I think it'll be a very fair assessment. And like I said, my friend has been using one and she had good things to say, and I haven't seen hers in person yet. So the first time I'm going to be seeing it in person is when I unbox mine here in a moment. It just got dropped off. It took 2 business days. The Soltech solution lights are pretty pricey. Like I said, I think the bigger one is $199 and then the smaller one is $149. If I have that wrong, I'll put it on the screen. But like I said, I got them on Prime Day, so they were like 20 to 25% off. So I got a decent deal on them. And then this light that I got from Amazon, that is the dupe, if you will, I think I got it on sale for $67, and normally they're like $70. So I got a couple dollars off. You know how they always have like the coupons. So very fair price. I mean, it's a big difference from the Soltech solution lights to the dupe light. So if it's good, I'm gonna let you guys know. And if I think that you should splurge and get the Soltech solution light, I'm gonna let you guys know. This is going to be a fair review. Nobody sent me anything. Nobody's paying me to make this video. This is just because I'm curious. And if this dupe light is just as good, I want you guys to know. And in the future, that's what I'm going to be purchasing if it's just as good, to save some money. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and open the package, I guess, and I'll show you guys the packaging. And then, like I said, I'll insert like the photos or the clips I have of the Soltech solution packaging, because I want you guys to see that as well, and I want it to be as fair as possible. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to opening the package now. Okay, so here is the package. I got it without the Amazon packaging because I knew I was gonna be home, and they usually put it at my back door as I request. So we're gonna tear into it. Now I'm going to talk a little bit while I try to get into this. Maybe I should get some scissors. All right, I'm gonna talk a little bit as I get into this about the Soltech packaging. Like I said, I ordered 2 of them. So they did come in like one big Amazon box, but like the lights were in separate packages. And I love their packaging. Like I said, I'll put some photos on the screen of the packaging, or if I have videos or whatever. But essentially, their packaging is 100% eco-friendly, which is amazing. Every part of it was recyclable, so we love that. There might have been like one little plastic, like the plastic baggies for the small parts to like hang the light. And I kept all of those and I am reusing them. Okay, so I liked that. There was no styrofoam, there was no plastic like bubbles or those peanuts or anything. And just getting into this one, I can already see that there is some styrofoam. So, but it does look like there's a lot less like cardboard packaging. So this is what it looks like so far. And with the Soltech ones, you got all the parts that you needed to hang it. There's different ways that you could hang it. They had like hooks, and they had these like cool things that I'll give you close-ups of whenever I get into the hanging part of it. But yeah, it had everything you needed, and it even had coupons in there, as well as like the guide to how to hang it. And I'm taking out the packaging now. Like I said, it is styrofoam. And honestly, you guys, first impressions, it feels really high quality. It feels pretty comparable to the Soltech light. Like, the cord is different. I can tell you right now, the cord is very different. It also has like this big bulky thing. Okay, so the cord is very long, which is great. The Soltech solution cord was very long as well, which was perfect for me. We'll get into that later on in the review as well. Then you just have the parts here, which these look exactly like the hanging bits for the Soltech light, which I'm excited about because I really enjoyed those. And then you have just your basic screws and stuff like that. There are no hooks. Like the Soltech one came with some hooks just in case you wanted to hang it that way. And then you have your instructions as well as your warranty information. This light comes in black and white as well, just like the Soltech one does. And this particular light, I do want to see, because the Soltech solution has two lights. They have a bigger one and a smaller one. And like I said, I have one of each. I need to figure out what this one is so I can compare it better to whatever light it's more comparable to as far as the wattage goes on it. And let's see. It does have a 21-foot cord, which it definitely is long, but it has this big box thing in the middle of it, which my Soltech doesn't have, which is nice because I don't want this hanging out. It is going to be in my bathroom, so hopefully that's okay. And then it has your timer stuff, whereas the Soltech solution one comes with a timer that you hook into the wall. And it was complicated at first, but once I actually read the manual, it made a lot of sense to me. So I have it set up for 12-ish hours for both of them. I'll put some B-roll of that on the screen as well for what I'm talking about, because these timers are very, classic timers that most of the grow lights come with. So we will test out the timers on these as well. I'll set it for like the 12 hours. And the cord, like I said, is very different. I will compare all of these things. I want to get it hung up, and then I'll go through like showing you what the cord differences are and all of that stuff. Again, I don't have the exact footage of the Soltech stuff from when I first opened it, so I'm going to have to get separate footage. But starting out, those are the main differences I see. And then on the Soltech lights, they have like ridges in them, I believe, just a little decorative thing, but these are really comparable. It doesn't look like you can switch these lights out, and I'm pretty sure you can't switch out the Soltech ones either. So once they're dead, which is kind of a bummer. I wish that you could switch out the lights. I am gonna have to check on the Soltech one. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to check on the Soltech one too. The last I saw, you couldn't, but it kind of looks like, no, you can't switch out the lights. That is the light, and then it just has this. So I'm pretty sure on both lights, they are what they are. You can't reuse them after they're dead, which I will put on the screen how many hours of lighting that you have from the Soltech ones compared to this one. If I can find that information, I think that's pretty important information. Let me screw this back on. Do you know that moment when you're like, I've done fucked up? I'm having one of those moments. So don't unscrew these. There's no need to unscrew it. Let me say that right now. It worried me that I wasn't going to get it back in, but it does look really sleek. It feels maybe like it's heavier than the Soltech one. So definitely make sure you have your anchors or you have a support beam to hang it from, because it's a little heavy. And yeah, I mean, right off the bat, like I said, the things that I'm noticing, it has this giant box thing here. The Soltech one does not have that at all. And then the cord on this is just like one of those standard like power cords, like it's rubber, whereas on the Soltech one, it has like a fabric casing, which is really nice. It makes it just look nicer. But this one, I'm not going to be able to see the cord as much as I can on the ones in my bedroom and my living room. So I'm a little bit more like, okay, that's fine with me. Like I said, I'm going to put some B-roll of that cord of the Soltech lights on the screen so you guys can understand what I'm saying. It is more of a fabric. And then right off the bat, like I said, this comes with the timer attached to it. So I am going to set this probably for the 12-hour timer because that's about what I run my Soltech ones for each day. And then I'm going to try to put it at the same height as I have my other ones. They're pretty similar. I mean, I didn't measure or anything. I just did what I thought looked best. And again, I'll put some B-roll of everything on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna go around and show you like the plants in those areas and how they're growing over a period of time, as well as with this one. Obviously, plants all grow at different rates. So say I have some philodendron in here and I have monstera in there, and then in the bathroom I have Hoya, they're all gonna grow at different rates, but you'll at least be able to see if anything's getting sunburn, if anything's dying because it's not getting enough light, how the coloring of the light is, and all those things. So I'm gonna do the best I can at comparing it. I'm not gonna have like the same plant in every room, unfortunately. That would be a way better scientific experiment. But this is overall just going to be a review on if you can save a little bit of money, should you, or if it's worth it to splurge on those Soltech lights. So I need to go hang this. It looks like it's going to be as simple as the Soltech ones were. They were cake, and these are the same type of material, or like the same like hanging things as the Soltech ones. So essentially, I do think that these are a little bit less high quality. These seem like plastic, and I'm pretty sure the Soltech ones are more metal. So basically, you have the two parts, and you screw your cord in. You see how there's like a divot there? Your cord goes through there, and you screw this in, and it holds your cord into place from the ceiling. So it's a really nice design because it looks a lot cleaner than just having like it hanging from the ceiling randomly. But yeah, this is what I'm going to go work on right now. And once I get it hung up, we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. All right, so this is very similar to the Soltech ones. I have my two anchors in the ceiling here. I'm a little worried because my bathroom is an add-on, so it's not like the best built addition, but I did just want to show you that the anchors are the same. The only thing about the instructions is it doesn't tell you what size drill bit to use, so I use the same one that I use for my Soltech ones. Put the anchors in, and now I need to attach these, so essentially I will unscrew this, and then I will use a screw to put it into the ceiling. And then these are to anchor the back one. And then if you wanted to anchor one against the wall so your cord isn't free flowing, that is what those are for. I will say that this one is metal, or it feels more metal, and then these are plastic. So it doesn't really matter because you can't tell, but I wanted to point that out. All right, so I have these parts hung. I will say with this one in particular, this is different than the Soltech one because the Soltech one, you still screw in the cord between and it has like this hook, whereas this one's just like you screw in the hook, which is kind of causing me an issue because it screws this angle and I'd prefer to have it like screwed all the way to the back or all the way to the front. And then on this one, you slip the cord through and then it comes down to the wall and you can attach the other one, which I'm not going to do. I did not do that for the Soltech ones. My cord just free hangs, but I'll show you how that is going to look. Okay, so this is how it looks. I did have to unscrew this one just a little bit, which I'm concerned about, but it seems pretty secure. But you have to have it toward the back or toward the front, the little hook part, or your cord is gonna keep falling out. And then the back one, you screw on the top piece, and so it's in there nice and studdily. And yeah, the cord just kind of hangs down and you can put the other one on the wall. This is exactly like the Soltech one. However, I will say it feels like a little bit less quality pieces, as you would expect, paying a little bit less. However, I do feel like they're going to perform the same, and I'm just really hoping that this one will stay. I'm probably going to play around with it a little bit to make sure it's secure, and everything is hung up. So yeah, now I'm going to plug it in and see what we're working with. This took 10 minutes. I mean, the Soltech ones took the same amount of time. They were both very quick and easy to do. My only annoyance is this giant white thing. Like, what is that? Why do I need that? But I guess it's so they can make the cord extra long. I also don't know what I'm going to do with the cord that long because I only need the light to be to here, which is a lot closer than the Soltech ones are to my other plants, but that's what we're working with. It's gonna be on top of my Redsta. So yeah, that's what it looks like thus far. All right, so I have it plugged in. Let's do the moment of truth. Let's just put the power button. Let's see. And we have light. So it's a very nice light. I do like that. I wonder if you can adjust it any, no. So the light that you're seeing here is the light that you're getting. Let me turn off the bathroom light altogether. Oh, that's really pleasant. It's a really just neutral light, I would say. Now the lights in my cabinet are more warm, and I would say this is more cool. And I'll have to do some B-roll of the Soltech ones. I think they're a little bit warmer than this one, but not like a ton. So it doesn't seem, I don't know, I can't quite tell if it seems as bright. It's a really hard angle to achieve, but that's what we're looking like so far. I mean, it's definitely going to do the job. I don't know that it's as powerful as the Soltech ones, if I'm being completely honest. On a first impression, it does seem like the Soltech ones might be a little bit more powerful because this is much closer. I don't know. We shall see. But first impressions, I mean, for the price, I think you're getting a good deal for the price. I mean, it's a very nice light. I will say it feels nice. It feels pretty comparable to the Soltech one, so, and it looks just as wonderful. So this might be a good alternative. Let's see how my plants do. I need to fill in here and get everything settled, but on the light perspective right now, that's what we're working with. All right, you guys, so this is what we're working with so far. I'll probably add some more plants in here as time goes on. I mean, I don't have the plants to put in here just yet, but this is a good starting point. So currently I put my Peperomia prostata here, my string of turtles. This was sitting out in my kitchen on my Hoya shelf, and I really wanted a new place to put it, and I think it'll do really well in the bathroom with the humidity. And this was sitting with a Barina light, and it was facing like this way. So there's no growth or anything back here, so I'm hoping with the overhead lighting, it'll make it fill in everywhere. It's so pretty. It was doing really well with the Barina, so this is kind of an overview of what it was looking like sitting under another grow light. So this has experienced grow light before. That's what it was living in. So it has lots of blooms on it, which I'm probably going to cut off here at some point. And this is like the length of it. I think it'll do really nice in the humidity, and hopefully this light will make it fill in more on the top. But the little turtle parts are quite large and they're happy. So there's that one. And then I have two plants over here. This is a philodendron Billietiae. I don't quite know how you say it, but it has, this is like the new growth, which is not putting out a leaf yet. It's just chilling. And this is the newest leaf that it has currently. So we will see how big the leaves will get and how quickly it grows. And then I thought this would be another good one to test because this is a syngonium that I am trying to save. I got it for really cheap at the plant store and I'm trying to save it. It's a philodendron, a syngonium Colapixie. I can't say the other name. Podophyllum. So that's that. We're trying to save her. So we're going to keep her there and see how it goes. I will definitely add more plants. This will eventually be all plants to hide all the cords and stuff. But that's my one downfall with this light so far is that big bulky box thing. It's really annoying. I knew I was going to have cords, you know, because I have this. And then I knew with the light I would have another one. But overall, it's looking pretty good. I am putting this, like I said, in a bathroom. It's right next to an outlet vent there, which I don't think actually gets a whole lot of circulation from the heater or the air, but I will definitely be testing that out. Again, the ceiling is an add-on ceiling, so we will see with that as well. It is going to be much closer to the plants than any of my other lights, my Soltech lights, but I think it'll still be a fair assessment regardless. So let's go look at the Soltech plants really quickly. So I think right away you can already tell that this light is a little bit warmer and it is definitely further away. I could definitely adjust that. The cord does go all the way down, all the way under my dresser, and it plugs in right here. So the cord itself is very long as well, and there is still a little bit of slack. So I think that's nice. And I will say there is a big box on this one too. So I guess it's a little bit more desirable because it matches the color of the cord and everything. But to be fair, there is a giant box on this one as well. I think they have to do that to make the cord so long. But nonetheless, I digress. Let's look at the plants that are over here. This is the larger Soltech light. Again, much further away from the plants than the other one. And I think the light is a little bit warmer than the knockoff one. I like both colors of light, I will say. This is on a timer that turns on at 7:15-ish in the morning and turns off around 7:15 at night. But this is what we're working with so far. A lot of these plants have been under here for like a month or so and they're going crazy. Some of them I just put under here, But as you can see, I have new growth here. My Hoya is popping off some new leaves here and there and is going really well. My pink princess is about to give me another new leaf there. I don't think there's one happening there yet, but so far everything is happy. I've gotten 2 new Thai leaves. Well, this one has come out since being under the grow light and it's given me a lot of variegation. So this grow light is doing big things. My monstera are loving it. I have a begonia over here, which I might actually move to the bathroom. And here is what this monstera looks like, a new leaf on the way. I just chopped up this monstera so I could propagate it and make a fuller plant for my parents. So this will be a good one to see how it does over a month or so of testing out the other ones. And then I get some ambient light to the syngonium and this micans and my string of hearts. So that is what everything looks like right now. And we'll come back and see how everything is still growing by the end of September or something to compare how well they do. But if we step back, this is what the Soltech light is looking like. And I'll give you a little close-up of the cord. Again, I think this is the larger Soltech light, the brighter one. As you can see, it's like a fabric cord, which is quite pleasurable to look at. And then if you go into the living room, up here is the smaller Soltech light because I get a little bit more light in the living room than I do in the bedroom. So same situation. It's a little bit warmer, I think, than the one in the bathroom, the DUPE. And here are the plants that we have with it. So my begonia gets a little bit of the light. And then mostly these plants here. So this is what they're looking like. They'll be a really nice test because they're kind of small. This is my Rio. This one is propagating my Peperomia Hope. So I know we have a little bit of growth happening in there after it got decapitated. My lemon lime. And then my silver sword is giving me a growth point here. And then my squaniferum is putting a new leaf out. We have a new leaf on this exotica. New leaf on my Gloriosum is unfurling. So this will just be a very nice comparison to see how everything is growing out here in the bedroom compared to the DUPE light that I'm using in the bathroom. So yeah, that's all I have to say right now. Again, this cord doesn't have to go as far, it goes down. I did not attach it to the wall and it goes behind here and plugs in over here. And it's also on a 12-hour timer. That is roughly the same time frame as the bedroom. So I will have photos of that timer on here because it's definitely different than, let's see if you can see. So that like white box is the timer. So you don't have to use it or you can, whereas on the DUPE one, it's like attached to the cord. Like you can never take it off. So yeah, that's all I have to say right now. We'll come back with some final thoughts and stuff in the future. So yeah. Okay, I also decided to add my new philodendron in here as well. This is the philodendron Lynette, and this is what it's looking like size-wise so far. This will probably get rearranged like 100 times, as well as this. This is gonna be its own video eventually. I don't have plans for it right now, but it was a really good deal, so I had to snatch it up while I could. And I just love the vibe I get in the bathroom now. I never have to turn on my light. It's like a little night light. So yeah, it's definitely a lot cooler than the Soltech lights. The Soltech ones seem a little bit warmer. So that's good to know if you're more of a cool light person or a warm light person. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Hey guys, so it's been a couple days since the last clip that I filmed about the lights. I'm sitting here eating my lunch, and this morning I actually woke up before the timer clicked on for the DUPE light, and that was perfect because I wanted to see how it worked. And the Soltech lights, when they click on and off, it makes an audible sound that like, it's just like a click sound, like, and it always makes my dog react. So it's loud enough for him to notice. Even if we're in the living room and the bedroom one turns off, he hears it. And I will say, I think it has to do with the type of timer that it uses. Whereas this DUPE one, it did not make a noise, at least that I heard. So I wanted to throw that in here. It's like such a small detail, but I'm trying to have a thorough review. So I wanted to mention that. The timer was really great. It turned on exactly at the same time I set it yesterday, and it turned off last night. So I haven't had an issue with the timer yet. I haven't had an issue with my Soltech timers either, so those are good. I want to give you guys the best video I can give you in terms of the comparison of the two. So I did want to mention that little small detail about the clicking sound that it makes when you have the timer. And with the Soltech one, you can always replace that timer. You don't have to use the timer it comes with. I just find it unnecessary to buy another type of timer when it comes with one that works perfectly fine. But I do think that that's the reason it makes that little clicking noise, whereas this one doesn't, because it has like the button controls. And my other lights that have the button controls, when they're on and off automatically, they don't make a noise either. So I just want to put that observation in here. I'm going to finish my lunch now and then get back to work. Hey guys, so it's been about 3 weeks since I did the last update on the grow light here. Now, well, not the last update. 3 weeks since I installed the grow light. I did an updated clip before I took some cuttings, not cuttings, but I cut off all the blooms of my turtles, but I accidentally deleted that clip, which is kind of annoying because I was going to show you guys how much the blooms had grown on the turtles, and then I was going to cut them off and show you guys like a couple weeks later how they had grown again, because I thought that would be a good measure, but I deleted that clip, so sorry about that. Before I show you guys a little update on the plants, I think this is going to be the last update on the grow light, because I think after it's been, like I said, 3 weeks, I think we're like good. We have a good opinion of it. And last night I went over to my friend's house for the first time since she put hers in, and her plants were doing amazing. I wish I would have gotten some clips for you guys, but I was just trying to enjoy my night with my friend. We put together her Millsbo tall cabinet that she just got and had a lot of fun. So every plant on her table that she has it above was like putting out new growth, and all of the plants on her table were pretty much plants that I had given her cuttings of unrooted. So the fact that they were rooted and putting out new growth, every single one of them, is a good sign for this light. So I'm just going to put that little spoiler here now, and I'm going to show you some updates on the plants under the light. I have added some since the last time I showed you guys. And then I'll show you like some updates of the Soltech Solution plants that I have, just because I showed you the comparison before we started the little project, and so I feel like it's only fair. So let's go ahead, turn you guys around and see what we got. So like I said, I've added some plants in here recently and everything is doing really well. I am getting a new leaf on my Billy finally. It took me a little bit of time for that thing to pop out, but one day it finally just did. I have repotted mostly pretty much everything since I showed you guys last, so that has improved the stylizing of it. The Syngonium is going crazy. The leaves look real cute and nice. Everything is looking full and healthy. Nothing is looking burnt at all, so that's a good sign. We got a new leaf on this philodendron. I think it's called a philodendron Lynette. I also took out this baby from the philodendron Lynette, and it also gave me a new leaf. So we are getting some really good growth on these plants. I just moved my philodendron ring of fire out of the cabinet, so it doesn't count. I did have some, these are African violets. I don't think they're rooted yet. They're pretty new, so hopefully those do well. But what else? I recently put out my variegated heartleaf from my cabinet, or my prop box I should say, and it's doing quite nice. The leaves are coming in variegated still. Let's see, I think I had this one as well open up under the light or just before under the light, so it's still being really, it's still healthy, so we're happy about that. This is a really exciting one. I have these Hoya cuttings here, and they both have growth points now, if you guys can see. So they're really loving it over here. And then I got this, what is this, a Syngonium Arethophila, probably like 2 weeks ago, and it's given me this growth point since putting it here, and there is another growth point in here as well. I don't know if you guys will be able to pick it up, but there's a growth point right there, and those came in since putting it here. So this light is doing really well. I want to give you guys like a nice distance test. So it's, I don't know, like 2 to 3 feet away from it, I would say. Maybe like, I don't know, I'm really bad about that. But Here are the turtles, which I think is going to be the best indicator. Like I said, I wish I still had that clip where I had all of the blooms, but I do not, so sorry about that. But I cut all the blooms off, and we already have some more blooms, and then all the places where I cut a lot of the other blooms off, there is new growth, and this vine is like all new, and it is trailing quite nicely now. This one is about the same length, but all these other ones are doing really well. It's not overly bleached or anything, which it was getting bleached. So all the lighter parts on my turtles was when it was in a south-facing window. And then I moved it in front of my Barina T5, and it was doing really great. I put it in here, and it's still doing beautifully. So the turtles are happy, and this is probably where they're gonna live. I just really love my string of turtles now. So that is what's happening in here. I'm gonna show you some of my Soltech solution light growth, just as a comparison. I'm gonna do it really quickly because the video isn't necessarily about the Soltech lights, so let's go. All right, so this is the large Soltech light in my bedroom, and here is what everything is looking like. We are getting tons of Hoya leaves. This is popping off like crazy since I moved it under the light. We are getting a new leaf on this philodendron here, which I don't know what it's called, so bear with me. This is a brand new leaf that just popped out. This is a new leaf that's popped out since I think I've started this video, and then it's giving me another one here. My Pilea pepper Aroides is doing really well over here. I'm so happy. I'm hoping to have a big one someday, and me and this one have been through a struggle bus, so very happy about that. This Monstera, which I also don't know the name of, I apologize. I am not an Aroid girl yet, is giving me this new leaf, and I think this new leaf was like either on its way or it had just been put out, and it turned out huge. My Thai Con leaf is finally hardened off. My Pink Princess is giving me a couple of leaves. This one struggled a little bit, but that's a Pink Princess problem, not a light problem. And I have a new one on the way. And then this one has given me a new leaf or two since I showed you guys. And I cut up this Monstera deliciosa that I'm giving to my parents, and it's already has 2 growth points. So we are happy about that. And then with this light in particular, I'm also getting light to the Syngonian chia pins here and my string of hearts. So the string of hearts is doing really well, surprisingly. It doesn't get a ton of light, but it's still growing really well. And then this Verdant Strawberry Shake is giving me a new growth point for some reason. And yeah, we have a new leaf in there as well. And then the Mycans is doing quite well as well. So we're doing really good with the Soltech light, as I anticipated, because I have been using the Soltech light for quite a while. Let's go check out the smaller one. So this is where my smaller Soltech light is, and my begonia, it had a lot more blooms, but it's doing so well with the Soltech light. Oh my gosh, it's blooming like crazy. It's growing leaves like crazy. So it's happy here. And then my propagations are doing really well. Look at this Silvery Ann Scindapsus. This is the most silvery leaf that I have, and I have a huge ass plant of it that's all Silvery Ann, and it's not this splashy, so it's really loving this Soltech light. This was my Peperomia Hope that I accidentally propagated because it fell off its shelf, and now it has so many growth points. I was nervous that I was going to lose this plant after it fell, but I put it under this light, and it is popping off like insane. So very happy about that. My Rio is doing really well. It's finally starting to take off. Lots of new growth happening all the time. If we go down here, my narrow form Philodendron Silver Sword put out a new leaf. And then my Exotica is giving me some leaves. My Squaniferum gave me a new leaf. And then this new big leaf on my Philodendron Gloriosum is great. So the Soltech lights, 10 out of 10 for sure. I love those babies. But so it's safe to say I definitely love my Soltech lights, and I am making this video to tell you if this knockoff light from Amazon is just as good. And honestly, I'm going to say it is. Now, if you're on a budget and you have been wanting like the Soltech light, definitely check this out as an alternative. Like I said, my friend is loving hers as well, and she doesn't have a Soltech light, and she's super happy with the growth on it. So I know that she's always going to invest in the more affordable one. Now, it is kind of crazy to me that they're able to get away with making a design so similar to the Soltech lights, and I do feel bad if it is considered a ripoff of that. But that is how things go, I guess. Like, even with like Apple products and Samsung products and stuff like that, there's rip-offs of everything out there. But it's important to have more affordable options. And in this case, I do think that if you want to save money, or if you really just want to buy a light and you don't care about the brand, I do highly recommend this. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It is a really great light. Like I said, the timer is quiet. The timer works efficiently. It's on at the same time every day. I have tested it, and it's off at the same time every night. And it's very sleek compared to the Soltech ones. They're about the same. The cord is like the main difference on the two lights. And then like the plugins and stuff are a little bit, bulkier on this version. But like nobody's gonna notice, especially if you're hiding that stuff. So it's just like little things. It's very secure. On my wall or on my ceiling, I haven't had any issues. It gives you a lot of the same parts and stuff. So honestly, I say go for it. This is about over half the price of the larger one and about half the price of the smaller one. So definitely, if you're looking for an alternative or you need something sleek but you don't want to put out a pretty penny, because I know times are hard right now, definitely check out this light. I will have it linked down below. I'm not sponsored or anything. I bought everything with my own money. These are all my own opinions. Nobody's paying me. I just thought it would be an interesting video to make for you guys. And if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to know more about my thoughts on it, leave a comment down below. I'm happy to chat with you guys. And I guess give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel for more random content. I will definitely be trying to do more planty reviews in the future because this was kind of fun. I hope I did it justice, and I am so sorry I deleted that one clip. I'm so angry at myself, but I have so many videos going on right now that it's so hard to keep straight, like what clips I've already used and what clips I haven't. So sometimes things get lost in translation, things get deleted because I do everything on my phone and there's only so much storage, right? So I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.